Hi, I'm Owen Fitzpatrick. The origin story is a story where you talk about how your company came about, so how the company originated. When you tell the origin story, the reason you're telling it is because you want to give your company some personality. You see, when you talk about the history of your company, it's not necessarily that people will put themselves in your shoes, but as they listen to the journey that your company took, it will give some information as to what was most important to the company itself. It gives a bit of a personality, a bit of humanity to the company. So it's important when you create or when you build your origin story that you make it something compelling. You make it something that positions your company exactly with the kind of values you want it to have. What are the values that it started with? Because if it started with those values and it still has those values, then it's going to be much more attractive from a customer's perspective. So again, be very clear when you tell your origin story of exactly what kind of personality you want people to think about your company. And make sure that the origin story reflects that. The origin story is not simply a case of a number of things that happened at the beginning of a company. It's how the company came about, and how it's evolved into where it is today. The origin story is one of the most important stories from a personality building point of view, from a brand point of view. So again, work on it, reword it, reword it, reword it, until you've something that when you communicate it and you talk about your company, people are positively impacted. They get excited. They're glad to know. And they again will describe what they've heard in ways that are, I suppose, in alignment with what you're communicating at that moment. So again, the power of the origin story cannot be underestimated. It allows you to understand more about the true personality of the company.